My suit is against my realtor, Alan Malikian and Bailey Properties, who I propose did not properly represent me during the purchase of my property. The sellers, Kenneth Haburn and Catherine Lynch, who even though they knew about the roads with no deeds, I allege they did not disclose. Santa Cruz Title Corporation, who did not follow industry standards in the escrow process, and against my neighbors Nikki and Tim Bowden, who claim they own my land because they have an easement which is exclusive. I acquired this map from Santa Cruz County, and you can see my property down right here. And if you look, there's dotted lines on this image that show easements that run along the property line. You really can't see it. My finger's going in the wrong direction. This is the property. It only shows one easement down in the corner here, right there. And that was the only easement that was disclosed on a separate disclosure statement by Santa Cruz Title. It shows no other easements in the center here at all. They're all on the property line boundaries, the legal easements. When I investigated the property, I got this map with my realtor, Alan Malikian. We got this map from the Santa Cruz Building Department. Even though Alan represented that he was a real estate attorney, Alan never mentioned the word easement, reviewed the title report with me, suggested that we research the property, and I claim he told me not to get a survey until escrow closed. The day after escrow closed, I did get a survey, and to date, the survey bill is now over $8,000, which is nothing I expected. This map shows, as I mentioned, dotted lines for the easements that existed, which are legal easements. One easement is on the border of my neighbors, Tim and Nikki Bowden, over here. One easement is on the border between Marley and Sexton, which is over, well, it's on the other side. It's right over here. And then the other was that diagram here, which is an easement along the borderline of the McKee family. Corresponding to these easements, actual roads looked as if they corresponded to each easement reflected on the map. Thus, I interpreted actual roads to conform to the easements on this map. The easements on this map, legal easements, are not developed, and actually one is in a ditch. I did request that the seller tell me about the roads, but Mr. Haber only mentioned the easement that lies between myself and the McKee family, the one that's noted down here. However, surprise, that would be a good time to put the other image. The actual property I received, should I go over here, is this. And I know this is hard to see. It turns out that the easement that were depicted on the county map are not developed, and in fact one is down in a ditch. The actual roads have no deeds, and sorry for my problems pointing. This long line going this way is parallel to the easement, sorry, I don't know how to do this, on the property line over here. See these two roads that are parallel to each other? So there's an actual road parallel to the undeveloped easement, which is a legal easement. Then in here, there's existing actual roads that come way out from the property boundary. Those roads exist, and as I mentioned, the legal easement is down in a ditch. The actual roads have no deeds and run parallel to the undeveloped legal easements. Therefore, instead of just 5 easements, I now have up to 9 easements. And my supposed 3 acres is cut into so many pieces that it is not valuable to me as I was led to believe. Nevertheless, the Santa Cruz court has made amazing rulings that I have no choice but to speak up about this case. In Santa Cruz, when Mr. Basso makes money, his legal partner Charlene Addick makes money, and Judge Addick makes money. I propose that this close relationship has led to corruption in Santa Cruz. Even my realtor's attorney, David Hammersloff, stated that Santa Cruz County is Mr. Basso's ground. In this case, Mr. Basso has done nothing that requires any high level of skill, but has attempted many cheap tricks that I consider to be unethical. As someone who is only 1 class away from my JD, I am completely discouraged and disgusted that the practice of law appears to be based upon who can cheat the most, like a common thief, and not based upon the facts, fairness, and the rules of law. Let's look at my property. In order to get to my property from Highway 9, one first has to drive up a one-way curvy road, which is used by 9 families. So if someone is coming up, you have to back up on this mountain-way road so that the other party can pass. This is not the property that I thought that I was purchasing and was led to believe. As you can see, again, on this diagram, there's huge actual roads that were not disclosed and there weren't deeds for. So for a continuation of this and some video of the property, watch video number 3. Thank you.